I traveled to Macau back in August of 2019 for a computer game conference, the Computer Olympia, that I've been competing in every year since 2013. It's held in different places around the world. But when I got to Macau, the customs agent stamped my passport, and it said Macau SAR, and I had never seen those initials before, and I thought he said SARS. I thought the SARS virus had came back, and I didn't want to ask him because I would feel really embarrassed if I was wrong. So I asked some other guy who was on our flight. He was also from America. What the hell does this mean? And he said, "Oh, it's Special Administrative Region." And I was like, "Oh, thank God it's not SARS." I thought it was warning us to be careful about SARS. But it had been 16 years since SARS at that point, and I hadn't thought about SARS for a very long time because it was nearly eradicated. Did they have a vaccine for it or something like that? I don't know if it was a vaccine or if they eradicated it. But we used to be very nervous about it. I was going to college part-time at the time. My mom was taking me there. And she would get very nervous when we saw anybody who had recently been to China or anybody of a Chinese descent. We would be walking down the hallway and see somebody from China, and we would go a different way, you know. This was before anybody had said social distancing. We just instinctively knew to practice it. And so it had been a long time since I thought about it, because after that, we didn't think about SARS for a very long time, and I actually traveled to China a few times, and I didn't think about SARS on my way to China. I've only gone to China as a layover, but still, I didn't think about SARS when I was there. And we didn't think about anything like that. And to prove to you that I actually thought about this, I actually sent my friend an email. We like to exchange emails about silly things that we run into. Let's get the timestamp on that. That way, you know I'm not making this up. September 5th of 2019. I emailed my friend. He and I love to make little jokes. So long before COVID-19. SAR means Special Administrative Region. When I was in Macau, so I traveled in August, sometimes after Macau it would say SAR. When I first saw it, I thought they were talking about the SARS disease, almost like a warning that it had come back. And I guess that was God's way of warning me that SARS is going to come back in a few more months. I don't know. I don't know why I thought about SARS. It's been a long time since I've seen it. It's kind of funny now that I think back at it. I get this little divine intervention sometimes. One time I had gone to buy some coins, and for some reason I had accidentally went over the limit on my credit card, and the order didn't go through, and I didn't notice it until like a week later. I was wondering why I hadn't gotten charged yet. And then the price of the coins had gone down, and so I saved like $1,000, and that was nice. Where else does this come into play? Sometimes I almost get into a car accident, but last minute I decide to do something differently, and I avert disaster. What did I do, though? I'm trying to remember where the last time this happened in my car is. The point is, I haven't gotten into an accident in almost 4 years, but there have been very close calls where, had I done something very differently last minute... Oh, I remember now. A couple weeks ago, I live in Kirkland, and I was debating whether I should go to two different parks. This is after we had lockdown, so there wasn't any businesses to go to, but I wanted to go to a park to take a walk. And I get to the intersection where I kind of have to decide which way to turn. And for some reason, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should go to this other park, and which requires me to change lanes. And I said, maybe I shouldn't do that. And just as I make that decision, somebody goes like 100 miles an hour down that fast lane. People feel invincible because the roads are so empty, unfortunately. But that's not the only time that has happened. And it's always... which is nice, because usually what I do is I like to do intermittent fasting. Usually I'll fast overnight, I'll go for a walk in the park, and then I'll break the fast after that. But when I get so pumped up, like almost being killed in a car accident, I lose my appetite completely. So I ended up going on a 35-hour fast that time, so that was nice too. Anyways, have you ever seen something that predicted the future in a spooky way like this? Thanks for watching.